With Thedas at peace, the state of the Inquisition must be determined. There's time to take a breath, but eventually the powers that be will grow antsy about the Inquisition's role in Thedas going forward. Time to go to the war table to prepare for an Exalted Council. Okay, looks like there's a little bit of endgame content right now. Let's see who's here. But of course, stopping by Josephine's desk.
Elevating the first enchanter to the throne of the divine was a bold decision. If she can quell unrest, Lady Vivienne will hold more power than any mage in southern Thedas. May I pass on an observation?
Yeah, sure. I didn't choose to put Vivienne on the throne, so that's not my choice. But yeah, what's your observation?
Please do.
Despite your clashes with Lady Vivienne, it is obvious that she respects you. Do not mistake that to mean she fears you.
Thanks for the advice. I'll try and stay out of her way.
The Chantry has yet to collapse on itself. That's something.
There will be guidance. No doubt Madame Vivienne will deliver edicts when she becomes divine.
The people won't accept a mage.
We shall see.
Wait, does this mean that not only do I not have Solus as a possible party member, but I also don't have Vivienne? I'm losing team members left and right, it seems. Attend the Exalted Council. Beginning this will lock off all other areas and plots and jump to 944 Dragon, 2 years after the death of Corypheus. There is no going back from this point. With Corypheus dead and the threat of Fade Rifts and Demons waning, both Orlais and Ferelden have begun to raise questions about the future of the Inquisition. Divine Victoria has promised to shield the Inquisition from political matters for as long as possible. Eventually, she plans to call the Exalted Council, a chance to determine the role and possibly the fate of the Inquisition. Let's do it! The Exalted Council will be held at Winter Palace outside of Halam Shiral, thanks to Divine Victoria's negotiations with the ambassadors. We are ready to depart at your convenience. Let's see if the Inquisition is going to be dissolved right now. That's right, folks. I got some horses after all. Not the ones from the hinterlands. I bought these from a wandering trader. And all I had to do was kill him. That's right, I murdered a man and took his horses. Well, what are you going to do about it?
Another parade, another bloody negotiation.
Smiles, everyone. We must be careful how we present ourselves.
Why did Divine Victoria call the Exalted Council? She's kept Orlais from bothering us for the last 2 years.
At increasing political cost, yes. She has done all she can, but the Exalted Council has become necessary. Orlais would control us, and based on their many marriage proposals, they have specific plans for you. Our real concern is Ferelden. They would see us disbanded entirely.
Well, maybe it's time that we get disbanded. We have served our purpose after all. This is quite the empty council. Unless you're all invisible. Hello, invisible council members. I'm here to petition you.
Inquisitor, it has been too long. I hope the years have been kind to you.
Mother Giselle!
How have you been, Mother Giselle?
I spent last summer in Emprise de Lyon, distributing food sent from the Exalted Plains. The Dales are finally recovering.
That's good to hear. Took them long enough.
They had better be recovering. Corypheus has been dead for 2 years.
Not all wounds heal quickly, but I hope the worst is behind us. I should mention that your forces at Suladin Keep were of great help. Please give my compliments to Baron Deschedin. Divine Victoria asked me to greet you on her behalf. She is currently attending to the Ferelden ambassador's concerns.
I'm happy to hear that my actions at Suladin's Keep have affected the endgame. That's nice to hear. In your opinion, how has Vivienne Victoria done?
How do you think Divine Victoria has done these last 2 years?
It is hardly for me to say, Inquisitor.
With respect, that's never stopped you before, Mother Giselle.
Victoria controls the mages for now, but there has been much bloodshed, and the Chantry is far from stable. Many feared a mage, as divine, would tear the Chantry apart. I hope that Victoria proves them wrong.
We're talking about the same Divine Victoria, right? Because the Divine Victoria I know, the one named Vivienne, would definitely not tear the Chantry apart.
You can probably just call her Vivienne in private conversation.
You can, Inquisitor. I prefer to use her divine name. Our last divine once joked about why I insisted upon calling her Justinia. She called it my way of reassuring her that I had not completely forgotten who was in charge.
Fascinating. I'm gonna go find this girl.
I'll speak to Divine Victoria.
I believe she would appreciate that, Your Worship. The Divine sees the good that you can do and have done. Duke Cyril will wish to greet you on behalf of Olay. I believe he is currently speaking with the Tevinter ambassador. Many of your friends have returned as well. I hope you have a chance to speak with them before the Exalted Council begins.
Ooh, does that mean I get to wander around the Winter Palace one more time?
Who has returned for the Exalted Council?
Your dwarven friend, Master Thedas, for one. I understand he spent much of the last few years in Kirkwall.
Varric, nice.
I believe Sir Blackwall has returned as well, although he now uses the name Tom Ranier. And of course, there is the Tevinter ambassador. Enjoy time with them while you can, Your Worship. I doubt you will have the chance once the Exalted Council is underway.
The Tevinter ambassador now. Dorian is really rising up in the world, isn't he?
The Imperium sent an ambassador.
Yes, Your Worship. Dorian Pavas has taken the chance to return from Tevinter. It will be good to see him again. I owe him my apology. I allowed my distrust of Tevinter to cloud my judgment. He took a great risk coming to help us, and deserved better treatment.
You're going to apologize? To Dorian?
I have little patience for those who cannot admit they were wrong, Your Worship. Myself included. I will have to make my apologies somewhere public. He will want an audience for his reaction.
All right. Talk to you later.
Thank you, Mother Giselle.
Your Worship, a final question, if I may. This Exalted Council. Ferelden would have the Inquisition disband. Olay sees its power as another feather in a chevalier's helmet. What do you wish to do with the Inquisition?
I have no idea what to do with the Inquisition. Our work is done, so if we get disbanded, I won't shed a tear.
Corypheus is dead. We accomplished what we set out to do. If we're not needed any longer, and if it can be done peacefully, it may be time for the Inquisition to disband.
Thank you. Maker watch over you, Inquisitor. I will not keep you any longer.
Of course. It'll be good to see all of my friends one more time. You're not planning anything, are you, Mother Giselle? Plotting behind my... Nah, you're fine. Ooh, this is actually a new area. We're not...
Good day to you.
Oh no, it's not a new area. It's the same area. This is still the Winter Palace, but it looks different because I've not seen it in the daylight. So... this looks nice. It does look nice. I didn't get a chance to explore it earlier. I saw this girl hanging out by these bushes, and for a moment I thought it was Aveline from Dragon Age 2. That would have been a blast from the past. That would have put a smile on my face, but sadly that is not the case. Time to find some of my companions. Where are they hiding?
The Prince of Starkhaven wrote to you again.
Of course he did. Just put that one in the pile with letters from the Merchants Guild.
And the captain of the city guard had a very colorful message for me to deliver to you as well.
Inquisitor! Andraste's ass, am I ever glad to see you.
Oh, the pleasure is mine. Good to see you again, Varric.
Are you in some kind of trouble? What's happened this time?
So suspicious. I'll have you know I've never been convicted of anything. Officially. This is Bran Caven. Until recently he was the Viscount...
Provisional Viscount.
Of Kirkwall.
Until recently.
And what are you doing now?
I have resumed my post as Seneschal now that Master Thedas has been elected Viscount.
What?
You're the Viscount of Kirkwall now?
Well, it seems the two of you have a great deal to discuss. Why don't I just leave you to it?
So, it turns out you fund enough reconstruction efforts in a city-state, the nobles give you the worst job they can think of.
Still, Viscount. I don't know if it would be a good Viscount, but crazy.
I might need to sit down. You're the ruler of Kirkwall now. All of it.
That's not that big a deal. I have a really pointy crown that I wouldn't be caught dead wearing, but that's it. They voted me in because I got the harbor and businesses up and running again. They want shit fixed, and I can do that. Anyway, I was hoping I'd catch you before the summit got underway. I got you a sort of present. It's official recognition of your title and holdings in Kirkwall. Congratulations. You're a compt now.
You can't actually do that without...
Too late. Already did it. You should stop by Hightown sometime to see your estate. It's pretty nice. For Kirkwall, anyway.
Proper disposition of empty estates is supposed to...
You were leaving us to talk, remember?
I'm a comp now. Thank you, Varric. I don't know what to say. I'm just speechless.
This is possibly too much, Varric. I don't know what to say.
That's nothing. Practically nothing. Don't mention it. Oh, that reminds me. It's the key to the city.
You can't give that away without approval from the council and a special ceremony.
It's just symbolic anyway.
It controls one of the giant chain nets in the harbor.
Really? That is so much better than I thought.
Can I try it out?
This operates those giant chains. Can I try it?
No.
I don't know how this council thing is going to end for the Inquisition. But whatever gets decided, you've got a place lined up in Kirkwall if you want it. Also, control of the harbor, I guess. Anyway, you should meet with the diplomats. And we'll get in a game of Wicked Grace before I go back, though, right?
I wouldn't miss it.
Don't bet any public buildings this time.
Your friend better hope that I wager my key at this card game. Wow. Everybody I know is moving up in the world. Not only did Dorian become a diplomat, but Varric has become the leader of Kirkwall. Holy cow. I can only imagine where my other companions are. I can only imagine that Solus is somewhere out there building an empire of his own. Hey, Rainier, how are you? Pretty good with those.
Fashionably late. I thought you weren't gonna show.
I didn't expect you to be here.
I gave you my word we would talk, and I never break my word.
Easy there. I was just teasing. So tell me everything that happened while I was away.
I am curious about that myself.
And after the betrayal and what I put those men through, my sorries were worth about as much as shit.
If I'm gathering correctly, that means you visited the houses of the people that were under your command that hadn't been executed for treason? That must have been incredibly awkward.
How many people hit you?
I lost count at 12, but I could take a punch. They needed to know that there's a way to come back from anything. And I wanted to help them if I could. I thought going up there on the gallows was difficult. This was worse. 100 times worse. Anyway, it's nice to be back, though I'm not sure what to think of this council. No matter what, you know you can always count on my sword arm and my friendship.
What about your dagger arm? That's pretty good too.
If that's your sword arm, I think I'm better off without it.
Think you can do better?
Nope, probably not. I'm a mage. I could set it on fire though.
Oh.
Sorry, didn't mean to jump out at you.
Is everything all right?
Yes. Well, I wanted to speak with you, and now you're here.
You seem a little distraught. And I'm having trouble meeting you eye-to-eye contact. I guess I'm staring at your breastplate. It's probably rude. Sorry about that.
Should I leave and come back later so you can try again?
Always with clever suggestions. Maybe you should sit.
I can stand.
Maybe I should sit.
Maybe. Whatever this is about.
Inquisitor, I want you to know that I am your friend. I will always be your friend.
Oh, well, that's...
So I hope to give you sound advice on this momentous day. Do what is in your heart, my friend, no matter what anyone might tell you.
I appreciate that. That's quite uncharacteristic for you.
That's a lovely sentiment, Cassandra.
Marriage is much more than a lovely sentiment, Inquisitor.
Marriage?
Pardon me?
Josephine is a wonderful woman. If you're clear on your path...
Oh, she's still got a crush on
You're
me.
not proposing to anyone. I am going to kill Varric. Why do I believe everything he says? Why?
He said I was going to propose.
He mentioned a proposal. I suppose I filled in the blanks. Or he did this on purpose. That dwarf gets entirely too much joy from my discomfort.
Well, don't let it get to you. Have a good time, Cassandra. We're here to... Well, I suppose we're here on business, but you should try and relax more often.
I do appreciate what you were trying to say.
Being Inquisitor has brought you good things. Many good things. But only a few have been by your choice. Take what happiness you can from those and do not let them go. That is all I meant to say. Advice from a friend for the days to come.
Thank you, Cassandra. As long as the Inquisition subsists, I hope you will fight at my side. I could not ask for a more loyal friend and companion. Iron Bull! Are you the bartender here? Or are you behind the counter? Well, since you're there, give me a whiskey. On the rocks, please.
Your worship, I'm glad you're here.
Yo, Krem!
Listen, I need you to keep the chief distracted while we sneak this dragon skull through the room behind him.
Oh, awesome!
Got it.
It's for his birthday.
Didn't ask, Krem.
All right, here he comes. Just keep him talking. He loves talking.
Hey, boss. Good to see you.
The council may affect lyrium. Why would he care about that? Okay. So I haven't seen a rift in ages. How about that?
It's good to see that the veil has largely healed, now that most of the major rifts are closed. You might think otherwise, but the veil isn't technically a physical barrier. It's more like a magical vibration that repels the Fade.
Fascinating stuff, isn't it? I know. The council may affect lyrium. I'm sure you're excited about this.
Do you think news of the Exalted Council could affect the lyrium shipments from Orzammar?
Maybe.
I don't have any other option here. Apparently, I'm too stupid to think of any conversation that might appeal to Iron Bull.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Sure you can. They must have that thing almost across the room by now, right? Ben Hasrath, remember?
Right.
Surprise! Happy birthday, Chief!
Oh, you guys. You got me.
It's the skull of an archdemon, the one I slew.
Inquisitor, I see you have time for afternoon refreshments.
Did you know that a merchant in the courtyard is selling gemstones the same color as your eyes?
What an odd thing to say. I must see this for myself.
What was that all about?
Did you want the table?
I still don't understand Orlesians and their masks, but it makes him happy. And I needed the table.
For breadcrumbs?
Birds like breadcrumbs.
That thing is filthy. Get it off my table.
Oh, Cole, good day. I didn't see you there.
But I saw you, as lovely as your songs.
You know that thing's a spirit inside of a dead boy's corpse, right?
So, you...
The world has ample pain, Inquisitor. The kindness found in Cole is rare indeed.
Her songs bring happiness to those who hear, and I can make her happy in return.
Well then, carry on.
Alright, you have fun, necrophiliac. Hey, Sarah's here at the bar too. Should I have expected anything less?
Here's you, and everyone. Glad to be back, all stuffed together. With the pressure full on. Again. Don't worry, Herald of Everywhere. I came prepared. I know what everyone needs.
Oh no. Please, not more pranks.
Have a good view then. You're not stopping me.
Okay, let's see what kind of pranks she's got in store. Ah! She's just gonna throw snowballs. Or pastries? She's throwing pastries. Okay, alright. Enjoy. They're not my folks, so that's fine.
I expected a roof.
It's early. Anyway, that was a good run. It's all been a good run. I needed that. And I need... You know it's ending, right? We can say it won't, but knobs in places like this, all they do is end things. They'll try a leash. Or worse. But maybe you aren't ready to quit just because some Lord Piddlebits is scared of us.
As long as the Inquisition is needed, we will be around. And if they don't need us, then I'm gonna move on.
The Inquisition's still needed. No one can question that.
Well, I question that.
That's the problem. When people need us, they don't need them. Point is, sooner, all this changes. And you've helped me understand. Too much. So it's my turn to help you. See, I have these friends, and all of them were the wrong sort of whatever. Their place changed, or it never was. So together, we made an us. Everyone needs an us. And when the world is done saying no and calls you the wrong sort of whatever, maybe we can be that us for you. What do you think, Inquisitor? Want to run some rooftops as a Jenny?
Really? I'm not a woman.
You want the Inquisitor? Don't I have a few more titles than your usual Jenny? No offense.
Some taken. Words. Look, we don't want you. We want to be there for you. If you want to keep doing, it won't be nobles who help. It'll be friends.
I want to say I'm in. It's good to keep options open. I don't want to commit to it too much. I am a friend, but no Jenny. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm in.
Well, all I have to say is call me Red Frigging Jenny.
Way too confusing. You'll get a city. One that rhymes with arse.
Oh! I should have said we needed a we instead of an us, because... Wait! Anus! So stupid.
To all my friends.
Always and ever, Inquisitor. Always and ever.
Sarah was never in the group.
Creepy song is creepy. Ugh.
Sarah broke the guitar right after the fade out. Oh, Sarah, you always make me smile. Not always, actually. You sometimes make me smile.
It's so good to see you, darling. I've been fielding Orlesian diplomats all afternoon.
Have they given you trouble?
Not at all. It is quite alarming. It means they are all saving themselves up for later. Would you walk with me? I should like to take some air before the Exalted Council becomes inescapable.
Sure, let's have a stroll.
The palace has been most accommodating. We are, after all, here at their insistence. But the ministers may... No. No more talk of the council. This meeting was to spend time with you in a more relaxed fashion.
Well, we can do that afterwards.
You're tense as a bowstring.
I'm so very dreadful at this. The truth is, there is a small entertainment happening tonight, to which I may be able to find a pair of invitations.
You'd like me to go with you?
Very much so. In all the years you worked with Orlais, you had so little time to enjoy its culture.
I haven't been impressed by what I've seen from the Orlesian culture so far.
I do wish you'd warned me the game would take more work after Halam Shiral.
It's strange. Those were somehow simpler times. Sometimes, I'm afraid I do not make enough time for you, my love. Please, come with me tonight.
I'm not sure where you want me to go, but anything to see you smile.
If it makes you happy, how can I refuse?
Oh, wonderful. I was worried we wouldn't find the time. The past years have been so busy. We have earned at least a few moments of rest.
A calm night out sounds...
Oh, bravo! Bravo!
Was the woman in gold playing a king? Who was the man in feathers?
Oh, it's all very simple. The first actor's mask is determined by... well, I will lend you the program guide. But tell me, did you enjoy the performance?
I can enjoy anything as long as I've got you by my side.
The performance pales in comparison to the lovely lady I saw it with.
You are sidestepping the question.
You know it.
Love leaves my tongue tied.
Well, in that case, I suppose allowances can be made.
I think the thing I'm going to miss most of all after playing this game, once it's all said and done, I'm going to miss all the options I had to flirt and interact with you, Josephine. You have been just a delight. Oh my gosh, is that Cullen? With a Mabari?
You there! You're to dodge, not catch. If that ball were a fireball, you'd be dead.
You found a dog?
They don't breed Mabari in Orlais. The merchant said he was abandoned. Perhaps his owner's tired of the novelty.
And you're training him for military purposes. Always business with you, isn't it, Cullen?
And you're training him to dodge fireballs because...
He'll be prepared should something happen. Not that something will, or that it will involve fire. Another Ferelden trapped at the Winter Palace. I couldn't leave him to that fate. Besides, I think he likes me.
How could he not?
I never expected you to make friends at a political council. How times have changed.
So they have.
Well, in all fairness, this one's probably not going to stab you in the back.
The Inquisition will change after this. I'm not yet sure what that will mean. Whatever happens, our people, you, Liliana, Josephine, will have my support. In whatever form you require.
That's welcome. I'm glad to hear it. Will it include dog training?
If your support comes with that of your new friend, I'm sold. I know a useful ally when I see one.
You can help. Dodge this, and I'll find overpriced Orlesian dog treats before we go.
You know, I picked up a couple of Orlesian dog treats, Cullen. And here's Liliana, trying to play chess, or some kind of hexagonal chess. You a little mad you're not divine?
Will you walk with me?
Sure. I have no idea how Liliana's about to react.
The first time I came to the Winter Palace, I was only 18. I was dazzled. Such rich hangings, splendid marble columns, more golden lions than I could count. It's all still here, still bright, but I no longer see that same palace.
Yep, time changes things.
Everything changes. People most of all.
Yes. Now all I can see are the knives in the shadows, the poison in jeweled goblets. They seek to tear the Inquisition down. You feel it, no? Fear.
I can understand why. We've done so much. We've grown so powerful.
Anyone with their wits should fear us. We command more people than some countries.
It is not our secrets, nor our soldiers. There have always been spy masters and private armies. They are afraid of nothing so much as the hand that directs it all.
Mine.
Already your actions have begun to reshape Thedas. Your influence is felt everywhere. It was only a matter of time before they moved. I'm surprised it took this long. When the time comes, consider giving them what they want.
Bureaucrats always take forever. Doesn't surprise me that it took them 2 years. Honestly, I'm surprised they got it done at all.
What? You're not serious.
They cannot act against what they cannot see. Publicly, I will of course retire from this life, as one would expect. Let them think they've finally won. I shall take up charity work, become a patron of the arts, as all respectable women of my age do. And perhaps take on a protégé. Our work never ends, Inquisitor. We just need fewer witnesses.
A fair point. I hadn't considered that, Liliana. That's why you're the spy master. I do believe that's all of the companions, minus Vivienne, who I can't find, and Solus, who for some reason hasn't arrived. Let's talk to these two people. Arl Tegan, from the first game, maybe? And this other person, Duke Cyril. That name sounds familiar.
Ole is on your side, Lord Parvis. The Inquisition support is not a thing to lose lightly.
Which is why the Orlesian court is circling it with a net and collar?
I'd completely forgotten about you, Dorian. I'm sorry.
But you'll have to excuse me. I see an old friend I must greet. Inquisitor, how long has it been? Don't actually tell me. I despise feeling old. It's good to see you, my friend.
It's been 50 years, Dorian. How have you been?
You arrived ahead of me. I hope all's well?
It's everything I expected. We've been spared the burden of surprise. Orlais wants the Inquisition tamed, Ferelden wants it gone, the Chantry meddles, and Tevinter sends but one ambassador. That's me, by the way. A reward for my interest in the South. Thankfully, Ambassador Pavis is a token appointment. Call on me as you like.
Okay, talk to you later, maybe?
Inquisitor, Duke Cyril Montfort, member of the Council of Heralds and Lord of Chateau Haine. I have long followed your work. It is extraordinary.
Is that sentiment shared by the rest of the court?
Of course. Ole wishes only to offer respectful guidance to the Inquisition.
Oh, really? I suppose I am welcoming of respectful guidance. There's nothing wrong with listening to what you have to say, of course.
The Inquisition's grown. It would be shocking if they didn't find us a threat.
Yet you've started no major wars. The Inquisition is a very considerate rival. I have not forgotten Justinia's death. I had friends who perished at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. More than the good you have done, it is the good we may do together I don't wish to lose. Whatever happens, Inquisitor, I wish you well.
Well, that is a very welcome sentiment. I should make allies with the Orlesians more often, because some of them can be downright welcoming. And last but not least, Vivienne. Wearing the Divine's hat, I see.
Divine Victoria, am I interrupting?
Of course you are, darling, but that doesn't mean the interruption is unwelcome. The Earl of Redcliffe was briefing me on the current situation in Denerim. He represents Ferelden at this summit.
Inquisitor, good to meet you.
How is Redcliffe, for that matter?
How are things in Redcliffe, my lord?
Blessedly quiet. The mayor conveys his greetings. Redcliffe remembers its savior.
I promise not to take too much time. I just want to do a little catching up with my old companion.
I'll try not to keep you from more important matters.
Very well. We'll continue this later, your perfection.
Don't worry, my dear. The Inquisition has the full support of the Chantry at this summit, of course.
Should I be concerned about this summit? You seem to have more insight into it than I do.
When world powers want to discuss plans for the future, I get nervous.
I'm glad you haven't lost your sense of danger. But the powers here are all noise and no teeth. I must make preparations for the summit. My dear, should you need anything, you have but to ask.
Okay, see you later, your perfection, which is your title now.
I'm glad you finally arrived, Inquisitor. The Crown's anxious for news.
And your thoughts on Ferelden's position?
The breach is long gone, yet Skyhold's army remains.
Ferelden can't continue to ignore soldiers on its borders.
That's fair. I understand that.
The Inquisition has grown. I can see how its presence might cause concern.
Then you understand why we must demand a reduction of your military forces. A power without allegiance to either Ferelden or Orlais? Even I see neither of our countries can let it rest. I won't keep you longer. We'll have words enough when the Exalted Council begins.
Ferelden and Orlais have had a troubled history, so perhaps having a neutral nation in between would not be a bad idea. A bulwark against conflict, perhaps? Maybe the Inquisition does have some purpose in the future after all.
Thank you, Your Holiness. Now, Artigan, as to your concerns...
The Inquisition established an armed presence in Ferelden territory. You outright seized Caer Bronach in Crestwood.
Are you talking about that former bandit stronghold? Someone had to do your job. That's not very diplomatically sound. We put it to good use, though.
Our goal was to keep more Ferelden citizens from dying, not to seize power.
Your help was appreciated 2 years ago, Inquisitor. Now order has been restored, yet you remain. Invading under pretext of restoring order is exactly what the Grey Wardens did to us centuries ago, and we exiled them. Now the Inquisition is doing the same thing with Grey Wardens in their ranks.
Your concern is ill-founded. The Grey Wardens have proven their worth time and again.
Of course Orlais tolerates this interference. The Inquisition is the only reason Selene still has the throne.
Rest assured, Tegan, the Empire of Orlais will not stand idle if the Inquisition oversteps its bounds. Unlike Ferelden, however, Orlais understands that these were the well-intentioned mistakes of a young organization.
An organization in need of a guiding hand. Yours, no doubt.
Hello.
Pardon me, Inquisitor. Sister Leliana asked to speak with you in private.
Right now? Okay. Josephine.
Something has come up. I'll be back.
What?
This is highly irregular.
Are we not even worth the Inquisitor's time?
Apparently not. I have no idea what's going on now. Liliana knows this is important. It is incredibly rude that I walked out of that place. Liliana, you better have a good reason for this.
Inquisitor, I thought you would want to see this.
That's...
A Canary warrior in full armor. How did he get into the Winter Palace?
The heck is going on? I doubt Iron Bull would know, seeing as how he's at Tal Vashoth, and they don't keep him in the know about anything Kunari-related. Do you have any information for me?
So what would the left hand of the Divine see when she looked at this?
This is a warrior, not a spy. Part of the Antam, the Canary military. Most of his wounds come from a fight against someone using magic, but at least a few are from a blade.
Looks like a fresh kill.
He was badly hurt, separated from his allies, and made it here before he died. But how?
Should we investigate? This seems so out of place, but I'm intrigued.
Deadly mysteries at the Winter Palace. Throw in a Hala statue and some Caprice coins, and it's just like old times. Can Josephine manage the diplomats while I look around?
She will be fine. It's all speeches and posturing for the first few days anyway. I will ask Divine Victoria to call a recess for now. I will also have our friends ready themselves for battle if need be.
You think that's likely?
I think the Exalted Council may be more exciting than we expected.
Well, this epilogue is taking a lot longer than I suspected it would. I thought it was just going to be a little bit of a formality. Maybe a couple of slideshows telling me about how everything's gone in the last couple of years, and then we'd wrap things up in a nice little tidy bow, but it looks like things are more complex than I had previously anticipated. So we will continue this next time. I hate to leave it on a cliffhanger, but this is actually quite a lot of content. Until next time, my name is Mike, and this has been Dragon Age Inquisition. Thank you for joining me.